Hey everybody, what's going on? Thank you all for checking out this video. I really appreciate it. As you can tell from the title, this is going to be a co-angler oriented video, so obviously it's not for everybody. This is kind of a specific video, but what I wanted to do today is kind of do a general overview of what all you need to know and understand, and just kind of be aware of if you're going to fish as a co-angler. And you can tell from the title, this is going to be episode number 1. I'm going to make it like, I'm not sure, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts maybe, just going over in detail like the different parts of being a co-angler. But this video is number 1, episode 1. And I'm just going to be giving a general overview and kind of, explaining what my goal is for doing these videos. So like I said, to get into it, what I did, I've got my yellow pad and I just started brainstorming, just writing down everything that I could think of, everything that came to mind. I went through my day before, the morning of, going through the tournament, and just what I do to get ready for a BFL, ABA, Bassmaster, Pro-Am style tournament. So to get into it, what this is how to prepare and what to expect and what you need for being a co-angler. So, like I said, this could be with Major League Fishing in the BFL, the Toyota Series. It could be with Bassmaster in the Opens, or the like a Bass Nation with a club event. It could be the ABA Series, like the Ram Open Series. Just all the Pro-Am trails you have. This is what this video is for. And too, if you're joined up a bass club, if you have a local bass club, TBF, BASS, this is just kind of what you need to know what to expect for these tournaments. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is pay your membership fee. So Major League Fishing, Bassmaster, ABA, your membership fee ranges anywhere from $25 upwards to $80, just depending on the organization. So the first thing you'll have to do is find the organization you're gonna fish for the year and pay your membership fee on their website, or you can call them and pay. So that's number 1. And like I said, this is kind of in order, but it's also random. I just brainstormed this, so that's what the other videos are for. So if you don't even want to watch this video, wait a couple weeks and I'll have all the parts out. But this is just my general overview. But if you want something specific in order, just wait for the specified video to come out. So like I said, this is just the overview. So the second thing you'll need is the fishing license that's required for the lake you're at. And you need to know the lake and the local rules. So just, make sure you've got your fishing license, all your lake rules, your local rules, just everything regulation-wise you need to know and you need to be signed up for and having your license. Just make sure all that's in order for the tournament. You'll have to expect getting a hotel or a room if you live any distance away from the lake. So a hotel, money for gas, food and snacks, any tackle you may need before the tournament, and then gas money for your boater. Now this video, or this topic, could have a whole video on its own, boater gas money. I'm not going to get into it here, but just be prepared to have some gas money for your boater. Tackle wise, you need to bring 5 to 7 rods, a tackle bag, something to hold your soft plastics if your tackle box doesn't, so a soft plastic lure container, and the basics for a tournament: cold tags, a tape measure or some kind of ruler to measure fish, live well treatment like G-Juice, Rejuvenate, Keep Alive, just stuff like that. You'll need, equipment wise to, catch fish and then care for them once you've got them in the boat. And then this is going back, like I said, not in order. So before the tournament starts, you can link with a partner, and basically this means, say that I'm going to fish the tournament as a boater, and I'm going to fish the Bama division of the BFL, and I'm going to go as a boater, and I'm paying for all 5 tournaments. So I find you, who's a co-angler, you're going to fish the Bama division of the BFLs, and you're going to fish all 5. And the best way to meet somebody to link is on Facebook. So if you don't have Facebook, even if you just sign up for this, that's fine. Or you can get your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, anybody that's got Facebook can do this for you. You can join a Facebook group called Major League Fishing Toyota Series / Phoenix BFL, linking and questions, stuff like that. But the main thing is to find a link. And by that, it means as a boater for the tournament division or the tournament, I say that I'm going to be there and you say that you're going to be there, and we agree on that together. Like, we're basically both agreeing that we're going to be at the tournament, and we let Major League Fishing know that. So I say the first tournament's at Lake Eufaula on January the 15th, and I find you on Facebook, you're fishing that tournament, and you need somebody to link with, and linking gets you gets you a guaranteed spot in the tournament. So if you are a co-angler and you link with me, the boater, and we both say, hey, I'm going to be here with Joe, Joe's coming with me, Jacob, we're both going to be here at the tournament, we both get a guaranteed spot in the tournament. That way, Major League Fishing knows, okay, we have a confirmed boater and a confirmed co-angler. So that's how the linking works. And I may make a whole video just on that, but that's just kind of the rundown. You know, linking means you find somebody else in the tournament that's fishing as a boater, and you both agree that you're going to be there at the tournament, and you let MLF know that ahead of time so you can get off the wait list and get confirmed in the tournament. So I kind of went a little bit off path on that, but that's just kind of a general rule on linking. And before the tournament, you can call ahead. You'll get an email, text message asking you to pre-register. Just say, hey, I'm still on, I'm still coming to fish. You know, obviously, if you have an emergency, a family issue, work problems, anything comes up, you got to let them know that. But they'll send you out an email the Wednesday or Thursday before the tournament, and you can pre-register. This just lets them know that you're for sure coming, and you know, you're confirmed in the tournament once you do your pre-registration. Just like I said, it lets them know you're coming for sure. And also the night before the tournament, they used to have a pre-tournament. It's still a pre-tournament meeting. It used to be in person on site at the boat ramp. You would the tournament director would be out there. He would be going over the rules, all the stuff you need to know, just the general information for the tournament. And then afterwards, when the meeting was over, you would get a text message sent with your boat number for the next day, what time you got to weigh in, what time you blast off, and your partner and their phone number. But now, since all the COVID stuff, they do a Zoom meeting, which is online, and it's basically the same thing. It's just the pre-tournament meeting. You know, you get all the rules and the info you need, and the most important thing is you get your boater's phone number and contact information for the next day. And once you get that information, what I normally do is, once they send out the text with my partner's phone number, I'll wait 5 or 10 minutes, call the guy. Most of the time they answer, they're expecting the call, or they'll call you, and you guys just talk about meeting, where you're going to meet the next morning, anything you may need to bring, any questions you may have. If you want to know, hey, you know, how are we going to be fishing tomorrow? Are you going to fish shallow, deep, stuff like that? That's the time you ask them that. But the main thing you need to do is figure out where you're going to meet at the next morning, and if you need to bring ice, anything like that. Let him know that if you want to have the seat in the back, you know, they call it like the pawpaw seat, the grandpa seat. If you want that seat on the back deck, let him know that the night before. That way everything just goes smooth and there's no miscommunication. So that's what the pre-tournament meeting is for. Get the tournament rules and information, and get in contact with your fishing partner. And another thing you'll need, just sunscreen, sunglasses, just anything like that for the weather. You know, if it's going to rain, you might want your rain gear. If it's really cold, you know, toboggans, hot hands. Just, you know, make sure you're equipped for the weather and the conditions out there. You know, it's always changing. You never really know, but just be sure, like I said, you've got sunscreen, sunglasses, hot hands, toboggans, anything you might need, you know, depending on the weather. And another big thing is backing the truck down. So if this is your first year fishing the BFLs and you're nervous, like, hey, look, I've never even drove a truck, definitely have never been in a boat, don't be afraid to tell your boater, like, hey man, look, I'm not comfortable backing your stuff down. I promise you, they're not going to be upset if you don't know how to back the truck and the boat down. They would much rather back it down themselves and it be okay than have somebody that's inexperienced and not comfortable doing it, and you get in there and jackknife it or even hit something. So if this is your first time or first couple times, or if you've done it 100 times and you're just not comfortable backing somebody's stuff down, that's perfectly fine. Just let the guy know, like, hey man, look, this is my first time. I've never backed the truck down or backed the boat down the ramp. I don't feel comfortable. Just let him know, and I promise it's not going to be a big deal at all. So just anything you're not comfortable about, you know, if he's going to dump you in and run the trolling motor, let him know that you've never done that before. Just anything that you're not comfortable with, just let the guy know, and I promise you, it'll be it'll be smooth. It's not gonna be an issue. If you just let the guy know, it'll resolve any possible issues. Definitely, that's definitely the way to do it. Just let your guy know. Make sure you bring a life jacket. Most guys have an extra life jacket in their boat, but just be sure to bring your own life jacket in case. And the main thing, fish these tournaments to learn and to gain experience. I mean, obviously, everybody wants to do good. You want to catch fish, try to win some money, all that stuff. I mean, that's part of it. But the main thing when you're fishing as a co-angler, especially when you're first getting started, if it's your first year or two fishing it, you want to fish to learn and gain experience. I kind of messed up. The first tournament I ever fished as a co-angler, I got kind of lucky and I got third and won like $700, and I was 16. So when you're 16 and you win $700, that's like winning 50. I mean, that's like winning the lottery, when you're 16. So I was kind of on top of the world, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm about to go out here and win all these tournaments and do good. And I got humbled really quick whenever at the next tournament, I come in like, 150th place, because I was just going out there trying to win, trying to catch big fish, do all this stuff. And I kind of lost focus of why I'm here. I'm here to learn. I'm here to gain experience, learn this lake. I'm not here to win money. That's not my sole reason for being here. So if you fish to learn and, learn the lake and make friends, meet new people, just gain experience fishing, I promise you'll do so much better just going out there to learn than you will trying to make money. I promise you'll do so much better just trying to go out there to learn and fish and just learn the sport. And, like I said earlier, close according to the weather. And the morning of the tournament, then they have, you have to sign a waiver, like a waiver saying, the organization is not responsible, yada, yada, yada. Just, your normal waiver. If you ever do anything, you got to sign a waiver. So the morning of, they'll have a trailer. And if you're fishing Major League Fishing, it'll be a big black trailer that, you pull behind the truck. And it's got their logos on it, and you go up there and you sign your waiver. And if you're under the age of 18 or 19, I think it's 19 in Alabama and a couple other states, but if you're under the age of 20 years old, make sure you have your parent fill one out beforehand. And the easiest way to get that is just email your tournament director and they'll set you up with that. Don't wait till the week of the tournament. So if you're 16 years old and you're going to be fishing the BFLs this coming year, make sure you talk to somebody in the organization and let them know, hey, look, I'm not 18, I'm not 19. My parent will have to sign the waiver. They can send you one on email. You can print it out at home and get that thing signed. That way there's no issues and no headache the morning of the tournament. But just remember, you've got to sign your waiver before they'll let you fish tournaments. And that's normally done the morning of the first tournament of the year. And like I said, talk to your boater the night before. I have ice wrote down, so if it's in the summertime or late spring, make sure you get some ice. Even if your boater says no, I would probably bring some ice. Just bring a bag. You can put it in your live well, put it in the boat somewhere. Just generally a 10-pound bag of ice can go a long way in the summertime. Not only for you and your drinks and snacks, but for the fish and the live well. It can make a big difference. And like I said, talk to your boater on the phone, get your game plan figured out, the stuff you're going to do for the next day, where you're going to meet, just all that good stuff. So make sure you talk to your boater on the phone the night before. And if you can't get a hold of them, leave them a text message. And don't freak out. If you can't talk to your boater the night before, don't freak out. If there's anything wrong, the tournament director will personally call you and let you know. And if you still haven't heard from the guy the morning of the tournament, if you haven't heard from your boater the night before, get to the tournament a little early, go talk to your tournament director, find him, explain to him what's going on, and they'll get in contact with your boater. I had a guy one time, he turned his phone off and went to sleep that night. He didn't think about it, he forgot about it. It was no big deal. I got in contact with him the next day, so 9 times out of 10, nothing's wrong. It's just the guy might have turned his phone off, he might be on the phone, might still be at work, might not have good service. So if you can't get in contact with your partner the night before, don't freak out. Just get to the tournament a little bit early the next morning and find your tournament director and let him know what's going on. And also, get your tournament director's phone number. So before the tournament, the director will give you his phone number at the pre-tournament meeting. Make sure you have his cell phone number, because if something goes wrong on the water, if you have any questions, any concerns, just call him. And for instance, I fished a BFL last summer and we were running down a lake. Long story short, my boater's engine shut down and we both had a good bag of fish. So I had to call the tournament director, let him know that another boat was going to take us in with our fish, all that good stuff. So if anything ever happens, you just got to make sure you have the tournament director's phone number. And that's all I've got wrote down on my list. I could be missing something, but the main thing is this is just my overview, general questions, general overview video. Like I said, I'm going to have different parts out for this, so be on the lookout for that the next coming weeks. I'm going to try to get all this done before 2022. You know, everybody's getting ready for their tournament seasons next year. But like I said, if you have any questions, just drop them below. I've been fishing as a co-angler since I was 16, and I'm turning 20 in a couple weeks. So I fished when I was 16, 17, 18, 19. So I've done it for 4 years now. I'm not saying I'm the most experienced. I don't have all the knowledge about this, but this is just kind of what I've learned over the past 4 seasons doing it. And I'm going to have some more videos coming out, like I said. And I'm going to put in the top of the description a link, and it's from a video that I made earlier this year, and it's kind of going over the tackle and all that stuff. And I may even remake that video, but if you want to go ahead and see what the tackle and the equipment to bring, I already have a video for that, so I'm going to put a link in the top of the description. But other than that, this is my general overview of getting started, getting ready for being a co-angler. And like I said, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. And be on the lookout for my next video here in a couple of days. That'll be part 2 of this co-angler series that I'm going to do. So thanks everyone for the support, and I'll see you all in the next one.